Lord bless me, yeah. Oh yeah, oh the Lord bless me, yeah, yeah, yo, yo. Now we can get comfortable, because that's another scenery for another time, baby. Not written. Okay. Decided to go live directly this evening because I must be too much, because they love to shadow ban a sister. I need all my subscribers to know I am live right now. They won't send out a notification. Complained, nobody won't do nothing. So you'll probably catch me later on when you see that I was live. You know, that's good. Perfect. Now, the topic for, well, let's just do a little, let me see if I can do an introduction. Let me share that, let people know I'm live. One moment, y'all. The notifications are still going out, so. I'll just type, I'm live. Yeah. What a day while I'm at it. How has the day been for everyone? I hope it has been nice. But, you never know. That's why you ask people. Mm-hmm. Okay. See y'all. Yeah, let's share on Twitter. Give y'all another minute. Get yourself together. This is going to be a hot one, so you're going to want to get something cold to drink. Today's topic: your purpose matters. Don't let others' energy try to dim your light. Keep shining. Damn right. I'm so inspired. I was actually inspired to talk about this because that's how I'm feeling right now. Like, I feel like when you're trying to do good or things start to be good for you, some sort of energy has to deflect and be opposite of, celebratory or just even positive, showing others love, and they be showing you hate. Like, you really gotta be the bigger person. And let me put this back on live. Let's just face it. I keep it real. I am the Scorpion. I call myself Circuit. So it ain't but so much bull crap I will be accepting with a smile. We're definitely going to go at it. We'll smile later, but we're going to address all issues because I'm not into letting shit slide anymore. Only if I see that I know it's like a losing battle anyway with something that I don't even have to be concerned with. No, but if you got to be around my energy, I'm gonna have to let you know where the frequency needs to be and where the fuck it needs to stay. Seriously. Cause I be having comedy night and all that, but I don't be playing. And the thing about it is, I understand that I have options. I don't got. I might say I might put my hands on you, but understand that slap, it might come from any fucking where. We don't call ourselves goddesses for nothing. This is not no bullshit, y'all. This is not no cliche like everybody's a healer, everybody's an oracle reader, everybody's this and everybody's that. But you're gonna fuck with the wrong one and find out. You're gonna get them spiritual hands, right? So, what we need to do, first off, is learn how to respect one another to our face, because this isn't the age where that age is gone. We're in a new age where your bullshit gets addressed before it can even pass go. Don't even let it out the window. Attack that shit, because I'm telling you, if you don't, it's most certainly going to get stronger and come back at you. So in my Tonya 23 experience, it has been my soul experience to behead that thing real quick. And to tell you the truth, I've never had a problem with that. Again, the scorpion. We're like, detect, strike. Strike, detect. It happens at the same time. The detection and the strike is synonymous. Moving forward, we all have to balance and control our energy, but some of us are working with some different ingredients. And sometimes they could be your close ones. And so now, where we would have to leave that part of society out of your face for some hours while you in your home doing your thing, now it has the capacity to seep in. And you never know. And in a time of great turmoil right now, for most people that aren't already conscious, they're going through the dark night of the soul right now. A lot of us are, well, I won't include myself because I'm not in that category. I'm just not. The truth is the truth. But a lot are experiencing the physical side of being unconscious and the physical side of being unconscious. And when I say unconscious, for those that don't know, I mean enlightened to what this matrix is. To even know you're living in a matrix, but you're living in it, you're not of it. You're like this, controlling your atmosphere. And if you're good at it, you're controlling a few other atmospheres synonymously. That is what you would call the conscious community, the real healers. And let me tell you something. Let's talk about what a real healer looks like. It does not look like, I won't call any names or whatever, but whatever gurus and whatnot that you see online, YouTube specifically, they're not gurus. They're not even scholars that they pretend to be. What happens is a person can learn a little something and think that that intellect is over the average community. And most times they can conjure up thousands of people before they get found out. By then, they're somewhere on the beach drinking Mai Tais out of a coconut with a straw. But you have to know who is who. And how do you know? Is because your spirit is strong. How does your spirit get strong? It all depends on how you take care of it. Now, before we go in, let us do our Medu Nature prayer because we must. This is the Seshat Hekamaat podcast, and that's how we roll. Now, let us call forth truth, balance, and divine transmission. Dua Ma'at Dua Seshat Wajer Medu Hekau Netru Sened Ren I am Heru Ib I am Ma'at Tacha Sened Pu Uem Unk Uem Sekem Heka Per Em Ket Hotep Di Neter. Translation. Praise to Ma'at, praise to Seshat, the recorder of all deeds. Sacred words arise, divine speech brings healing. The name is spoken with light. My name is spoken with light. My heart is full of truth. This is a healing transmission. I repeat life. I repeat power. Manifestation is born through action. Peace is the gift of the divine. Hotep. Again, not always will we offer a translation. We're just not in those times. You have others, they don't offer us translations to any of their, no. And one more prayer. You do unto others, right, as you would have them do unto you. And so we are using our Medu Nature as we see fit. After this, we can get started. Dua Nataru, Dua Ma'at, Ren A Ma Kiru, Empet, Shedi Ma'at, M Ib Ad Sir, Hekau Nabu Shata M Hotep, Nagabet, Shaset, Ren A, Sir Ket Setep Sekim. Now, we are ready. Hotep. All right. Don't let others dim your light. How can you not do that? First of all, you have to recognize that's what's happening. You go down the checklist. Did I do anything to aggravate this person or bother them or whatever? No. Do they have any reason on the planet to have an attitude? No. So what's their problem? Oh, all I did was tell them some good news about me. Oh, that orchestrates an attitude. All right. What you need to do is not abandon your truth. Sometimes the universe has a lovely way of testing our gangster. Let's just call it that. And you will be challenged, which is why I have been doing a experiment, and it's every time I would get on here and talk my talk and whatnot, as soon as I would leave, not too far in the future, I would get spiritually attacked. And I'm so very scorpionic, and I have a Cancer moon, and so I am very feely. Not much gets past my layer. I see it all behind my head and all the stuff. So I was like, what in the world is going on? Then I'm sitting and I'm checking it out. Black Mirror situation. That's old news now for those that study, knowledge and whatnot. You figure out that your screens are literally black mirrors, and now we have cameras on them that we can see our own image. So this is what this means. What you're saying, excuse me, I have sinuses like everybody else. Don't you see the seasons are changing earlier? We'll talk about that too. Well, the other train of thought was saying that this mirror, total recall, is a black mirror. And so, more than ever, what you say applies to yourself just as much as whomever you're broadcasting it to. You could be broadcasting to millions, and millions literally have the potential to see this video if it were allowed to do its thing. Every video has its potential to have millions of viewers if it wasn't in a controlled algorithmic environment. I love these things. They don't break, you just pop it back in. Very durable. This is my, I'm ready to become totally invisible. I encloak myself in here, project where I have to go, and come back. It's part of my superpowers. And so this is the thing. You have to realize that whatever you say into this apparatus, you better be able to adhere to it, which is why most people are on here talking shit, because it's not much, at least they can, they're staying in their lanes. Because when you talk the serious stuff, that's what's happening. And so that's one thing that I wanted to share. But it's just like anything. You're on the job. Two of you have the same position. You guys are friends. Otherwise, you could work together and whatnot. But then a promotion comes up. And they always do this. A promotion comes up and only one of you. Okay, there's two of you in the office, but a promotion's coming up and only one of you can have the position. Instant competition between you and your workmate now. And so this is where the phoniness begins, because they're going to say, whether I get it or you get it, I'm not going to change this and that, because it happens to be whoever gets the position is now going to be above the either person. A lot of the times that's how they play us against each other. Imagine this in groups against groups. Hootsies, tootsies. Well, anyways, the one person is going to say, to the other, yeah, good luck to you, and you're going to bid them good luck, but what happens in your secret closet of prayer? You go for the gusto, all for yourself. And you in that closet praying that you get the position, which is going to leave someone else without. Knowing full well, companies, when they have situations like that, they can promote the both of you. We already know the strongest person is going to be the leader in the group anyway. They don't have to put you in competition with one another. But it's up to you to be mature enough to discern and see that. And how can you do that? You've got to be able to, what you put in is what you get out. You're not going to become an instant guru if you're feeding yourself pure trash. I digress because I eat very clean and healthy. But tonight, just this very tonight, I got busy. Everyone in the home was busy. And we didn't really have time to just prepare this homegrown meal tonight. And so we ended up eating out. Can't do that because we can't afford to do that. And so got to cook at home. But on top of that, to be healthy and eat clean continuously, you need to prepare meals at home. So there's going to have to be a sacrifice. Since they like to throw that word around so much and the bad guys are doing it. But I tell you what, ye who professed yourself as being good, you better figure out some things as well. Like, I can't believe no one comes in the chat. Like, okay. And this is authentic, because wherever my cell phone is, I could go right on my channel right now and pop up in the chat. I know the notifications go out because I subscribe to myself on other channels and I get the notification. It literally is. I have no idea. But I figure I'm shadow banned. But that is the thing. I will sit here and talk to myself. Someone is eventually going to hear the message. Don't let them dim your light. Talking about YouTube as well. Do you know how discouraging it is? Year after year, day after day. I don't even know how I survived the YouTube side over and over and over again. I totally attribute it to my supersonic, scorpionic traits. Because this would have discouraged anyone else. They would have quit a long time ago. I am so much a winner. Because if nothing at all, I am performing the highest magic for myself. The more you ignore me, the more I manifest. You all, the bad guys, you're never going to make it. You're going to be stopped in your tracks. This very thing that you're doing, Tonya, with this little channel that literally has the potential to heal others on a large scale, help myself out to be independent, on a larger scale independence as far, the residuals, the monetization in which they deprive me. I'm not going to pull out a woman group or pull the race card or anything. I just do my own experiments. And there's a lot of people like me who agree that no matter what you do, you meet the requirements or whatever, you will never receive money that you can take care of yourself on from YouTube. It is not an opportunity to become a great entrepreneur and keep your dignity. Like, you literally have to be talking about pure garbage trash, like hip hop. And the gossip that goes along with it. Like, you literally have to reduce your intellect to make it on YouTube. They want you to become brainless because those that are actually teaching good knowledge, They say they're not surviving off of YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do some AI research on that. But yeah, can't wait till there's a shadow banning class act lawsuit, because as Ma'at, the goddess of balance, cosmic order, karma, truth, reciprocity, whatever you give, that's what you're going to receive to people. So you too, you're going to have to receive a lot. And as they say, God bless you with that. Because I know the isfet and chaos and turmoil and stress and hatred, hatred of races of people. I really can't. We're not going to be able to get rid of that until you guys stop treating these certain people like they're the bottoms of your shoes. May Ma'at correct your insecurities. We hope and we pray in English that the great judge helps all of the insecure in high places. We pray that they learn what thou have done to the innocent. And when I say the innocent, I mean those of us who have great intentions, who are being purposely held back, and our lights being hidden and shadow banned on a large scale. It has caused great internal strife for others. And in turn, we pray that the same internal strife and belittlement, depravity, scarcity be permitted upon the oppressors. Each and every one that wakes up in the morning to oppress others, we pray that you become oppressed, because the Tonya 23 experience understands that you must learn by example. One can always say, oh, I learned from someone else's mistakes, but that's not really authentic. You never really learn until you've had the literal experience of how it feels to be oppressed and blocked of anything that you know you can have, whether it's peace, love, justice, harmony, reciprocity, cosmic law, um, truth. Let's not forget that. When the truth is oppressed and ostracized and held captive, that's a cosmic crime. And so karma is definitely going to kick in, or is kicking in for that. That we can rest assured of. We've also got, so you've got the corporate karma, you've got the governmental karma, you've got the medical world's karma. That's a big one. Because, in one hand, they're helping others, and on another hand, they're not, they're harming, right? And so that is a battle within itself that needs to be judged on a divine level to the betterment of people. Like, we understand that there are cures for a lot of things that are being held back simply for monetary gain. As long as they can just treat you, and we all know there's no guarantees with that, as long as they can just treat you, they're going to continue to do that. But those of a special group, whatever are the requirements to get in that group, they will get the treatment. This is pretty much understood by mostly everybody on the planet in their different, areas. But where we are right here, right now, which is our concern immediately, you have them that are getting ready to be cut off of what's it, Medicaid, which is supposed to be for sick children, sick elderly, and disabled people across the land. Of all things to cut, why does the most needy classes seem to be the first in line when it's time to cut something? There's no spiritual, well, there's no positive spiritual energy in that. But there is a spiritual energy, and it's pure evil, though by vibrating in negative. And but these are the supposedly the more educated making the decisions. So you must know that this is by design. If you haven't come across that yet, what is happening to you on every level is by design, trying to either get you to be stressed out, fall into sickness, uh, overworked, fall into sickness, whatever. Living in a terrible neighborhood, being attacked into sickness, like just your environment, the stress of it, all those different things play a part in your health. You may be in a wonderful environment, but something else is your problem. Just can't call it nowadays, but we are all going through something. But all I'm seeing is each other taking it out on each other. That's the part that has me thinking people are not doing well physically, right? And upon my observation, when you speak to a lot of people, I just have a gift of knowing your level of mental stability. So when I come into interaction with folk, like I literally, that's the gauge that goes off. It should go off in everyone, but it's very strong in me. So, for instance, I took it as a moment of hilariously laughing, but it was serious. I was walking in the Walmart, and there was a older black gentleman in one of the buggies, right? And, I'm on the move or whatever. So I'm walking and I hear the engine of it and I hear it speed up. So I look out the corner of my eye and I see him coming. So I speed up walking a little bit, but I'm noticing he's speeding up on purpose, right? Didn't take me long to pick that up. And so I slowed down and I stopped and I said, "You crazy." Because when I stopped, he busted out in the laugh. I said, "You crazy." I couldn't even help it. The spirit in me just called it out. I said, "You crazy." He said, he said, "I am." I said, "I know damn well you are with me crossing over, trying to speed up in front of me, and I'm going to the pharmacy. So I know something wrong with you." And he's laughing, but I didn't crack a smile the whole time. That was one of those moments where you looked and you saw the demonic thing in somebody and you called it right out. He had the nerve to, the demon agreed. Well, at least you know who he is. At least I knew too. And that's the thing that we got to get unto perfection. Know your surroundings, what and who you dealing with. Because people are getting strange. And some people will say, "Oh, it's the Jabberwocky." Well, it's them without the Jabberwocky also. For something's tripping them out. My philosophy is the chemtrails is more than chemtrails. Okay? Everybody's on a different level. Some brains can't handle it, but I'm literally seeing a decline. Like, it could be somebody that walk up and down the street. Every day you'll see them. Now, they're looking different. The walk is different. Definitely do wellness, mental health checks on everyone. Because if you don't have a good, clean diet, and then you got not a good, clean diet with the terrible water, please don't drink the water out of the faucets, y'all. Everybody knows that's a no-no. You boil it, you might cook with it. Don't make no ice cubes. Because I'm saying if you cook with it, it gets boiled or whatever, I don't cook with it personally. So I'm just trying to make an excuse for you guys. But what I want to say is don't even cook with it. Wash and dry them dishes with it as much as it can, just washing things. When you wash your vegetables, put baking soda up in your cabbages and everything. When I get grapes, vinegar, white vinegar kills the bacteria. Don't waste your apple cider vinegar. Use that for, when you take your little sips and whatnot. Use the white vinegar for the vegetables and the fruits. And it's a cool little thing. You put your vinegar in, then you watch the magic. If you got any little kids, you call them and say, "Look at this magic trick." You throw some teaspoon of baking soda in there. It goes all really cool and whatnot. Science experiment, right? So you do that, and everybody's happy. Clean your little vegetables and fruits and rinse them off real good. Now, and you'll see the wax go way. And everyone should have baking soda in their home. It's less than $1 still. I remember when baking soda was less than 50 cents. Now it's 88 cents. And they don't think we're in a recession. They're out of their minds. Some would say, "Come on, ask me." No one's in the chat. Ask me, why am I wearing a triangle on my head? If you might know, please answer in the chat. Let's get some participation going on. Anybody out there that's watching, because people can be watching you, and if they don't like or it doesn't show up, you won't know. So I could have hundreds of people sitting there watching me, but if they don't click on nothing, I won't know they're there. You know what I'm saying? But the views will pop up later or something like that. But if you know why I'm wearing this copper triangle, give it a go and we'll see. But this chemtrail stuff is crazy. It's itchy and nose, and I got people that are breaking out and oil type things, and could be an allergic to the sun. So many people are finding out they're allergic to the sun. That's one thing I forgot too. I guess there's a test where you can find out if you're allergic to the sun or not. Interesting. They're trying to tell Black people that they're allergic to the sun. I don't really know about that. I'd have to do a lot more research before I could have anything to say on that one. I didn't think it could be done, but apparently anything is possible. So, let's see, was there anything that I missed? Okay. If there's anyone out there who is under great oppression, and you want to break free, what do you do? This sounds like a time where you start praying for yourself to get out of the situation. Me, when I pray, I'm either praying to a direct deity that you would name specifically, but I also spend a lot of time intentionally, you could call it praying, I say communing with myself, my higher self. If it makes you feel better to close your eyes, you could, whatever you need to do, get a mirror. But a lot of times it boils down to asking yourself a question. Asking yourself a series of questions. That one question's answer should lead you to another, until you get down to it. For example, say you are getting angry a lot, right? And you don't really know why. It could be a number of any things. You're under more stress than usual, whatever. We just know that your anger is up. Go to yourself in prayer is one option. You got to sit with yourself and say, self, some people get an incense, some people get a candle, some people don't get either. Some people need to sit in the dark with themselves. Some people, whatever, floats your boat. But what you do is, you do it. I'll be sitting in the dark, chilling, closed in my private sanctuary. And I say, listen here, Tonya, 23. Or I might write, because I'm a writer. In case you didn't know, I have 13 books. They're all available on Amazon. You go in there and you type in Serket, Serket, Amenre, Amenre, or simply type in Tonya, Tonya, Alston, Alston. Yeah. And you'll get everything there. And all of them are good and true. I have a novel, my life story, which is very interesting. Um, and so you have a conversation with yourself. Hey, listen here, Tonya 23 experience, Sir Ket Amin Ra. What's your problem? What's going on with you? Keep talking to yourself and say, you don't like to be angry like this. You want to be a girly girl. You want to do this. You want to be like this and that. But this and that's going on, and it just doesn't allow you to be yourself in happiness, and just got all this isfet going on. What are we going to do? And you sit in silence. As a matter of fact, however you close it off, is it, what are we going to do? What conclusion are we going to come to? What is the deal going to be? And since you're talking to yourself, you can pretty much say, what in the, say it how you like, but end it with an open ending and leave it. Go on and do what you have to do. It's going to come to you. And it ain't going to take that long. In my experience, is what I could say. There's always a method to solve your problems. Personal problems, that is. Remember, I tried therapy some years ago. Left out of there pissed and $300-$400 later. I started to, because I've always, well, it's one of my traits naturally. Psychologist is one of my God-given career talents. Everyone has a few. So started looking into different self-help things, and come to find out I was a natural TED talker. But I didn't know it until I counseled myself and just asked myself some questions. It was questions I really wanted to know. I didn't receive the answers right then. But what you got to understand is you have something called a subconscious mind, which records everything, images, experiences, but it's mainly images and experiences, yeah. Subconsciously recording things. And so when you question yourself, it gives your brain an opportunity to go into all that it knows and to come up with something. It's a computer. I entered in something, it's going to spit me out something. Hopefully, I agree with it. Most times, it is the answer. Literally, that has not failed me as far as being a process to use, which is why I can tell someone else about it. Right? The mirror of Ma'at, we talked about that last night. But the mirror of Ma'at, it also applies to ourselves. And what I find is, people, it really is bad, y'all. Let me turn around to this camera. You're going to stop having to let others tell you about yourself. It's very intriguing because I always would like to know, did they think I wasn't going to notice what they were trying to put down in a manipulative way? Or is it that the person doesn't realize what they're doing to you. I'd love to hear some suggestive answers on what you think about people like that. There's a lot of them running around, which is why there's so much confrontation in the world. You only need confrontation when somebody's breaking one of the laws. Every single circumstance, every probability of a happening, any possibility of a occurrence on this planet Earth, right? Every possibility of an occurrence that could happen in a human being's life they all fall under one of the 42 laws of Ma'at. I'm sure you want to challenge me on that, but any circumstance, leave it in the comments if you think there's a circumstance that doesn't fall under the one of the 42, one or more of the 42 laws of Ma'at. If there's any human circumstance or occurrence on the planet that can happen without Ma'at, please put them in the comments. I would like to know what they are. I'm under the impression that there is nothing, not one human occurrence, even animals, perhaps. Maybe they have a different set of laws because I'm seeing some differences there. They're mainly about survival and whatnot, but we claim to be about survival, but it's a little bit more than that. But yes, there's nothing that you can do as a human on this planet tethered to the earth to be an earth being. There's nothing that you could possibly ever do that would be outside the laws of Ma'at. It covers everything from birth to transition. And so, where there's no Ma'at, there is no protection as a human being. Find the 42 laws. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play them on the way out. Let's just grab my, locate my video first, right quick, y'all. If you got any questions or anything, now would be a good time to put it in the chat. Man, where is it? I just recorded this, so what in the world? Here we are. My goodness, that was scary. Well, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, family, thank you so much for your patience. Welcome to the Sashat Hekamaat podcast, where ancient wisdom meets divine truth. Here, we are on a sacred journey to discover and realign with Ma'at, the original moral compass of the world. But what is Ma'at? Ma'at is not just a word. She is the ancient Kemetic principle of truth, justice, harmony, balance, reciprocity, and divine order. Long before modern religion spoke of commandments, Ma'at stood as the first spiritual and ethical code of conduct for humanity. To walk in Ma'at is to walk in alignment with the universe. If you desire to live a holy life, one of purpose, purity, and power, then you would strive to live by this sacred code. These are the divine and sacred 42 laws of, not rules to control you, but principles to free your soul and uplift our people. Listen closely and let your heart be weighed in truth.
I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from God/goddess. I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. I have not closed my ears to truth. I have not committed adultery. I have not made anyone cry. I have not felt sorrow without cause. I have not assaulted anyone. I am not deceitful. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not been an eavesdropper. I have not falsely accused anyone. I have not been angry without reason. I have not seduced another spouse. I have not polluted myself. I have not terrorized anyone. I have not disobeyed the law. I have not been exclusively angry. I have not cursed God/goddess. I have not behaved with violence. I have not caused disruption of peace. I have not acted hastily or without thought. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I have not worked evil. I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. I have not polluted the water. I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deed. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not stolen what belongs to the gods/goddesses. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken food from a child. I have not acted with insolence. I have not destroyed property belonging to others.
All right. Now we have heard the 42 laws of Ma'at. My nose is like supersonic. It's like I could smell electricity, heat, those type of things. Very interesting. Um, I've always been that way though. I could. That's another podcast, so I could tell. I need to tell some about the Tiny 23 experience. We're just gonna have a Tiny 23 experience show, and I'll talk about my experiences. It's gonna be excellent show, but I'm gonna need you to show up and be in the chat. I'm not just gonna be just casting my pearls to swine constantly. But now, some of you might say, "Oh my goodness, I know I fell short of one of or more of those 42 laws because this one got on my nerve, I cursed them out. That one got on my nerve, I cursed them out." I don't know. You might have went bada bing, bada boom to someone or whatever. Or you might have imagined you went bada bing, bada boom to somebody and you just want to reset and go to sleep and wake up and try again. Here is your invitation or your clearance for a new life. I am going to say the Meru Netter prayer for forgiveness and alignment, realignment with Ma'at. So are we ready? Our hearts and mind clear. Now, understand right after this, you'll be tested. Someone's going to get on your nerves. Try to smooth it out. Remember, go somewhere, bite a pillow, rip it to shreds, do something. But be good to yourself and don't let what other people bother you. Put up a shield or get you a big chunk of obsidian and send that energy right back. When I wear it in my boobs, they go boop, it go boop. They don't even know what the heck hit them. You understand? That's how fast the boomerang is. You better have your crystals. And I don't play with no little. I don't need no, I need the packed up pop. Because they be hating on a goddess. And when they be hating on me on a level and they yow, right back. I know they thinking, dang, I'm gonna stop thinking about her like that. Okay, let's go. Where's my water? Mama T need a sip. Hold on. Time waits for everything. Now, yeah, I did say time waits for everything. If you want me to elaborate on that more, put it in the chat. Here we go. Breathe in on the 4. I do not like when it looks like there's stuff in the corner of my mouth. Drives me nuts. And then the camera constantly be looking like that. Let me see. Let's breathe in. We're gonna do 444. Breathe in on 4. Hold it for 4. Breathe out through your mouth on 4. In through the nose on 4. Hold it for 4. Out through the mouth on 4. We're gonna do it both times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Last time. Hotep di nater ma'at ib a. Nuk sakim, nuk unk, nuk jed, neb ma'at dua inek. Asha en ib a. Aku en ren a. Nuk deser afu a wa'ab. Shed ab a ta ma'at hut. Sama a emmaat, Ankh uja seneb, Uemmaat, Emra neb, Ma keru, Enren a dua, Ter, Hinek maat, Reset a, Sa a keperu, Mesut nefer, Ib a, Dua neter, Nua maat, Dua heka. Hotep. Not going to read the English translation for some other wickedness in high places. If they want to know what it says, they'll translate it themselves. But we need it to go forth as it is. And it is a prayer to wipe off all negativity or anything that wasn't in alignment with Ma'at. Sort of like a baptism. To reset. A new chance. A new start. To do things in alignment. Ashe. It says you could speak this prayer aloud, holding hands, hand over heart, then over mouth, then lift them towards the sky in reverence. But all is well. It is done. And so mote it be. Amen. Amen Ra. All salutations, closing salutations. Now let me save this in our archives because we'll be needing this again, probably. Big things, man. With these fingertips, I'd say how important your fingers are. Please protect everyone's fingers. Ashe. And Hotep. All right. It is done. We are about to go. And let's see. I want to leave with you something very important. I gave this assignment out last night when I did the podcast, but I'm going to throw it back out there again for anyone that likes to participate. But it is for your own advancement and awakening. So if you participate, it is a great thing for you. It's not going to make my life any better. You understand? This is for you. So you can take it or leave it. But as far as the laws of Ma'at, it is a good practice to write down 5 laws. I'm going to do this right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but I'm going to let y'all go. Write down 5 laws of Ma'at that your household will honor. No questioning, no ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah. Breaking this law could put you in spiritual jail because it's serious. Let your family, whoever's in the household, understand this is not a joke. These are 5 laws now. I don't care what we was following before. These are 5 laws we're following now. And you ask whoever's the head of household, be that, and say, does anyone have any objections? I didn't hear anything anyways. Don't get caught lacking on these 5 laws. You're going to go to court and we're going to have the whole situation. All right. Let's be serious about that now. Okay. Peace. Peace. I'm telling you, this method works. I have 3 children who are very grown. I have beautiful grandchildren, so they are all grown and often their own and doing quite well. So continue that for them. You understand? But I'm just letting you know it's a method that works when you changing the old laws. It's kind of like the Old Testament. If you go to church and tomorrow, we can write the New Testament up in here. The good Lord told you that's what you need to do. Think about it. What's mine? Y'all remember the 10 Commandments? But we found out there was 42. That's right. Got more work to do. I know you did your schoolwork, but now you got to do real life work. You got to write them answers to get that little piece of paper they got so you can make it in the world. But this stuff we learned, this is the real school here. All them parents, they ain't all they educated themselves. They ain't finna get on your children's level. Start studying with them. Whatever they studying in school, that's what you study too, right along with them. You ain't finna get out of increasing your education, and we don't want to keep hearing about your education was 5th grade, 6th grade. Okay, but what excuse do that got to do with now? Okay, well, they got Reading for Dummies on Amazon. Get to it. I see they like to freeze me up when I said they got Reading for Dummies at Amazon. They still don't want y'all to read. Go into your ancestor realm and they'll tell you there was a time where they would get unalived for reading. Lips and eyes? No, they would glue the lips, sometimes sew them. But they wouldn't do the eyes because they need you to see how to pick their cotton and whatnot. So when you have a lineage that has witnessed those atrocities, sure enough, you take them serious when you get free. I know that's something that can be argued and discussed as well, but the appearance, you can at least get whatever book you need now. So get it. So you won't appear to be a dummy, and then when someone calls you a dummy, do not try to unalive them because they're only telling the truth. There's a lot of people out there don't want to handle their own truth. They rather hurt you for saying the truth. That's got to be demonic. The earth must be rid of demonic stuff. And I say that in the honor of the word chaos and Isfet. The following of Set. Yeah, he was an Egyptian god. But he was for the bullcrap. That's the story. But there's a good use for him and his energy as well. Everyone and everything has its purpose. And on that, we should say, Hotep.